Hi everyone, I'm Kelsie and welcome back to my channel, Connecting with Spirit. So in today's video, I am going to be doing a pick a card reading, or rather like a pick a pile reading, but I don't know as yet how many cards are going to be in each pile, or indeed how many piles there are going to be. I'm going to be using an oracle card deck and asking for messages from Spirit, what you need to know from Spirit today. So the deck that I am using is the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. So I'm just gonna place it off there to the side and gonna get straight into making these piles. So I'm gonna shuffle on camera so you can see my process as I go. So the way I usually like to do it is that I ask Spirit to make the cards pop out, and then I take those cards as the messages from Spirit. So I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. I'm just going to ask for pile one. What is it that those who will pick pile one need to know? What are the messages from Spirit, please? Spirit. And let's see what pops out for us today. So I always find sometimes it takes some time for the cards to pop out for me, because Spirit usually likes to line things up. Ooh, there we go. So how many? Oh, we have 3. I'm just going to put them all, they're facing up because I don't do reverses. And I'm just going to check in and see if there are any more to come out. So no, that's going to be pile 1. And I have a crystal as well for this pile. And the crystal I'm going to be using is clear quartz. It's this beautiful wand of clear quartz. So I'm going to put that on top of this pile. And I've also just written down a few different animals. So I have them here on just bits and pieces of paper, and I am going to pick one for this pile. This one, it's gonna put that underneath there, the crystal, and just checking in. Okay, nothing else to add. Okay, so that's pile 1 done and dusted. And pile number 2. Pile number 2. So what do the people who will pick this pile number 2 need to know? What messages are there from Spirit? Please, Spirit. Ooh, there we go. And there's 2 cards in this one for pile 2. And the crystal going with this pile 2, is this selenite. Beautiful selenite there. So I'll just pop that on top for pile number 2 and get an animal message as well. Just gonna pick one. This one, and slip it under. And I think there's another animal message coming out for this one as well. So I'm gonna pick this one as well. And that seems to be it for pile number 2. And let's see, do we have a pile number 3? Yep. Okay, so for pile number 3, what are the messages from Spirit? What do those who will pick pile number 3 need to know? Please, Spirit. we go. Let me just check in if it's just the one card or if there are more. Nope, it feels like it's just the one card for pile number 3. And I do have this, to be frank, a bracelet that's seen better days. It has citrine crystals on it. It does have selenite as well, but we're going to take this as citrine, and I'm going to place that on pile number 3, and then pick an animal message to go with pile number 3 as well, or an animal omen. This one I feel. And that's all. And I'm just going to check in and see if there are... Okay, so there is one more. Pile number 4. So just going to ask, what do those people who will pick pile number 4 need to know? What are the messages from Spirit for pile number 4, please? There we go. One popped out. So there's pile number 4. Probably have to do a little bit of a reshuffle here to get them all in on camera. And I don't have a crystal for this one, but I'm hearing the crystal is onyx. So I'm just going to write that down on a piece of paper. So here it is. The onyx paper crystal. I'm going to put that on top and pick an animal message for pile number 4 as well. Oh, that's one that's popped out, so I'm going to take that and put that on top. And just checking in and see if there's any other animal message for pile number 4. No, it doesn't seem like it. Just checking if there are any other piles. No. So that seems to be it. We have 4 piles. Ooh, that's blowing away. Do I have anything? I'm just going to put this pen on top of it because it's blowing away with the fan here that I have on. So I'm just going to move these piles out of the way. And we're going to start off with pile number 1. This pile here. And we're going to start off with the clear quartz crystal. So I was tuning in to see, so now you can look up the properties of clear quartz if you like yourself and take whatever resonates. But I was just tuning in to see what messages I needed to highlight in relation to clear quartz for this pile. And I got that clear quartz is a master healer. It amplifies energy and it promotes clarity. So these aren't channel messages. This is just me looking up the properties, but asking Spirit, which ones do I need to highlight for this video. It also facilitates spiritual growth and connects individuals with higher consciousness and intuition. So it's a beautiful crystal, clear quartz. I use it all the time to amplify energy if I am during healings. I haven't used it in a while actually, but it's really beautiful if I'm doing in-person sessions and stuff. I did use it during my training. So yeah, you might resonate with this crystal. So you don't necessarily have to get one if you feel drawn to it. But I know it is really nice to have one of these in your collection. But there's a really nice quantum healing technique that you can use where you can connect into the energy of this crystal within the earth. So you might see it. Sometimes I do this very technique in some of my healing videos. Where I place your grounding cord into that crystal in the earth, asking the crystal's permission, of course, before we connect into it, and then just asking the crystal to support you energetically for however long you might need. depending on the type of crystal or the properties, what sort of support it is that you need, and then just thanking the crystal. So it's a really nice technique if that crystal is not available and you need the support, or you don't have the money to buy the crystal, or it's a particularly it's a difficult crystal to get, a rare one. You can always connect into the crystal in earth at any time. So yep, just putting that out there for your information, and we'll see what the animal omen is. Oh, interesting. So if you can see this, ooh, it's all popping off the crystal there. And your animal omen is reindeer. So for me, I love getting animal omens because they are messages from the universe. It's kind of how I receive messages from the universe, how we communicate. Usually I would check in with myself to see what the message is, depending on the animal. Or I would look up the spiritual meaning of the animal and take what resonates. So do feel free to do that and see what your message is. Because I'm just going to tune in and see if there is a message, or if it's a case of you'll have to look up or tune in for yourself, because the messages are going to be different for everyone. Yeah, okay, that's the case. That you will have to either go into your heart and ask what the message is in relation to reindeer, or to look up the spiritual meaning and take what resonates, because the messages are going to be different. Or reindeer might just have a particular special meaning for you. I don't know, like you might have had a special teddy that your grandmother gave you, or something that was in the form of a reindeer, and maybe she's since passed on, and every time you see reindeers, they remind you of your grandmother, these sorts of things. So it's going to be kind of unique and special to everyone. But for pile number 1, reindeer is your animal message or your animal omen. So I'm going to leave that next to the clear quartz crystal. And we'll start with the cards. So the first card is release the dark wound and let love live. This is card number 25, which is a 7. So I'm going to place all the cards up here so you can see them all. Maybe I'll move this closer, or we'll see. Can you see it there? Yeah, no, that should be okay. Next card is dream a beautiful dream. Card number 19, which is a 10. And this is a really beautiful card. I love the imagery on this one. Placing it there beside the other one. And lastly, card number, the third card for this pile number 1 is card number 42, which is a 6. The word wants to be written. So just placing all those cards there, making sure you can see them. Excellent. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in and see what the message is from Spirit, what it is that you need to know. Place that in the shot there. And don't worry about this, it's just some incense that I'm burning that's rolled in onto the shot. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, so just tuning in to these cards, and I feel like the message is that the world needs your magic. Whatever this type of magic is, it's unique to you, and that you're going to receive some sort of download or information in relation to this. So this could be about your magic, you know, how to use your magic to the best of your ability, or indeed how that you can use your magic to help the world, type thing, how you can be of service, what you can do with your magic. It's kind of like a path type thing. So it does feel like, firstly, that you are a very magical person and you have a magic that's unique to you. And secondly, that you'll be receiving some sort of download in relation to your magic. So maybe you're unaware of what your magic even is. This feels like it's will be revealed to you. Maybe you're unaware on how to go about using your magic. This also feels like you'll receive that information as well about how to use your magic, what's the best way to utilize your magic, your magical gifts, whatever it might be, and also how you can go about using your magic for the benefit of the world. Like being in service type thing is what I'm feeling this message is coming through for you. So this is absolutely a beautiful message. I'm really drawn to the butterflies on the third card there. And butterflies for me are a symbol of transformation. So it does kind of feel like that you are stepping into this role. You're embracing your magic and you're embracing that aspect of yourself that is magical, and as a result you're going to completely transform, because I guess when you embrace your magic, you open yourself up to different things. So your gifts, maybe psychic stuff, spiritual stuff, or maybe it's a creative gift. It just depends on how your magic manifests itself. So it does feel like whatever way this happens or this unfolds for you, it's going to be very transformative for you. And I'm also drawn to the fish there. It's kind of like a koi carp, or it reminds me of a koi carp anyway. And that would be a symbol of like prosperity, financial wealth, these sorts of things. And I do feel like your magic is a gift, and it will bring you prosperity and financial abundance, those sorts of things, once you start to embrace it and follow that path of your magic and using your magical gifts, stepping into that role, that sort of thing. It's all going to unfold for you and also bring in that prosperity, that wealth, that abundance for you once you start really developing and allowing your magic to flow and using your magical gifts and talents. So beautiful messages there. Thank you. And then I'm drawn to the 19 there, which is a 10, which is a new beginning. So this feels like it's a totally new beginning for you, getting in touch with your magic, really embracing that side of yourself, that aspect of yourself, utilizing your magical gifts. It's totally new beginning. You haven't done it before. Maybe you have touched on it before, your magic, for whatever reason. Maybe you got scared or you had doubts and fears. They came up and you didn't really explore the magical being that is you or your gifts. So you didn't do anything with it. But it feels like now you're coming into that space where you feel ready to fully embrace this side of yourself, your magic, and it is a totally new beginning for you. It's going to open new doors for you. You're going to travel on a new path and find yourself in new energy in a new place where you haven't been before. And yeah, it just feels very exciting. And the word I'm hearing from Spirit is joyous. Because I would imagine your Spirit team is very encouraging for you to take this path of embracing your magic and fully harnessing those magical gifts that you have and showing them to the world. Okay. So that feels like that is the message for pile number 1, which is super beautiful. Do let me know if it resonates by leaving me a comment below. Thank you very much, pile number 1. And next is pile number 2. So I have the selenite, and before this, before I picked the cards and stuff, I just went online to check the spiritual meaning and the properties of selenite and ask Spirit which ones did I need to highlight for this video. And the information that I felt that I needed to say was that selenite is an energy cleanser, and it's good for cleansing other crystals. It's kind of like a master cleanser, good for cleansing yourself, good for cleansing your auric field, or indeed, rooms in the house, these sorts of things. Plants, animals, whatever you can think of that needs a bit of a energetic cleanse. Selenite is a great crystal for that job. It's also good for enhancing focus and promoting clarity as well, if you're needing some sort of clarity for a question or a decision or something you need to make. So like I said, for pile number 1, while it's really nice to have the physical crystal to carry it around or wear it on a bracelet or whatnot, sometimes that's not feasible because maybe the crystal is a bit rare, maybe you're low on money, you can't afford it, but you can use a quantum energy technique that I sometimes use in my healing videos and connect into the energy of the crystal in the earth, if for whatever reason you can't get it physically. So this is when you're putting your grounding cord in the earth. You just visualize it going into the crystal caves of the earth and plug yourself into a particular crystal that you need for support at that time, or whatever the time is. So really good practice to get into is to ask the crystal for permission, if you can do that, and then ask the crystal to support you for however it is, however long it is that you need support from that crystal, and then to just thank the crystal, and that crystal will work for however long it is that you need. You'll just feel the energy of your crystal, of that crystal in your energy field, supporting you through the day, depending on what type of the crystal is or the properties and what it is that you need. So yeah, I just wanted to bring your attention to that really nice technique that you can use if you just can't get the physical crystal. So gonna leave the selenite just there and see what your animal messages are. So the first one is tortoise, and the second one is cat. So I'm feeling like this is going to be a similar situation to pile number 1. Is so for me, I usually get animal omens or animal messages as a way of communicating with the universe, and I'll tune into my heart, or I'll look up the spiritual meaning of the animal and I'll take what resonates. So I was going to tune in and see what messages there are for you in relation to tortoise and cat, but like pile 1, like I said, it feels like these messages are going to be varied and unique to you. So up to you, whichever technique you like to do, either tuning into yourself or looking up the spiritual meaning and taking what resonates. But I feel tortoise and cat have a message for you. I'm also hearing that for some of you, you might have an animal omen that is a tortoise, or you might have a spirit animal guide that is a tortoise, or that is a cat, or you even might have a pet cat or something like that. But it's like these animals are trying to get your attention, that there is something there for you, some information, some wisdom, some message for you. It's just up to you to decipher and find out what that is. And also, these particular animals might have a special meaning for you. So it could be like someone from spirit who has passed over, and who is currently in spirit now is trying to get your attention. It just depends, because that might be the case. For example, let's say your granddad just absolutely loved cats, and cats reminded you of him. So every time you see a cat, you think of your granddad. This sort of thing is what I mean. That these animals might have a unique meaning to you. That's the message for you. Okay, I'll put them both here, and let's have a look at the cards. So, first card is Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats, card number 21, which is a 3. And card number 17, which is an 8, What is Already With You? So just tuning in to see what the message is with these cards. And I'm really drawn to it's DNA helix there on the Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats card, which for me would be like ancestral healing, so healing your family line. And the What is Already With You, this card for me is always about spirit having things in hand. And there's like a university sort of thing there as well. So I feel like the message is that maybe you've been trying to heal your ancestral line, and it feels like spirit and the universe has this in hand. So I don't know if you have been asking, spirit and the universe for help, to help you heal your family line, to break patterns, to heal wounds, to heal karma, whatever the case may be. But it's something to do in relation to your ancestral lineage. And this is a message from spirit. It's reassurance to say that spirit has heard you, the universe has heard you, they have heard your prayers, and they have it in hand. So it might be something in particular where you're just like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I need to do with this. And I'm just so confused. I don't know what action I need to take, what steps I need to take. And right now the message is like to just trust the process as it unfolds, because spirit, it's kind of like spirit and the universe is going to take you on a journey, and it's about surrendering sometimes, which can be incredibly difficult, and letting go of control, which can also be very difficult depending what has happened. But it just feels like that is a part of the message as well, to surrender and let go and trust that spirit and the universe has this in hand for you, and it's going to unfold in such a way so that you know what it is that you need to do in order to heal your ancestral lineage. Whether that spirit's going to bring you someone to help you do this, or something's going to happen and you will just get a download, or you'll get some insights, or life will just unfold and you'll become aware of the pattern. The information will be presented to you and you'll just know the next steps it is that you need to take. It just feels like it's going to happen for you. You're going to be able to heal whatever it is this is in your ancestral line, or if it's a pattern like you're trying to break, or clear karma, whatever it is, it's going to happen. Because spirit and the universe has it in hand, and you've asked for it, you've prayed for it, so it's as good as done, pretty much. Well, at least in the energetic realms. But spirit will take you on that journey and allow that path to unfold for you, so you will get where it is that you need to go, where it is that you need to be in order to complete this mission, I'm hearing, of healing your ancestral line and breaking those old patterns and breaking free of karma. So it does feel like you are a cycle breaker. I'm hearing the words chosen one, that you have taken on this, quite frankly, mammoth task of clearing the line for your lineage, in order to change things for your ancestral line, so that you can make new patterns and also bring in a new way of being, a new earth as well. And you've taken on this mammoth task, and it's a huge thing. I'm also feeling a lot of ancestral support as well, for you for this, because your ancestors would have gone through this, and they mightn't have been as equipped, or you might feel also that you're not equipped, but they haven't been able to do what you are going to do, and you are going to do it. It's a really strong feeling that I have, because you're going to have that support from spirit and the universe. And even if it doesn't look like it or feel like it right now, spirit and the universe are working on your behalf behind the scenes, and it's going to come to fruition, whatever it is that you're looking to do in relation to healing the family line. It most definitely is. So there's a lot of support as well from your ancestors that you can tune into, you can tap into, you can always ask them for more support, for messages, whatever it is that you need as well on this journey. I also feel like this is coming from spirit and the universe as well too, to just constantly have those lines of communication open, where you're asking spirit for whatever it is that you need, or the universe as well, because they're more than happy to provide that for you. I'm also really drawn to, it's like beads, or I don't know if they're pearls, but it just feels like you're going to gain pearls of wisdom, literally, as you're going on this journey of healing your ancestral line. You're gonna just attain a lot of wisdom from healing whatever it is that you need to heal in your line, breaking free of karma, clearing those patterns, or letting go of old behaviors, whatever the case may be. You're just going to learn a heck of a lot from this journey, from this experience. There's also kind of an aspect where it feels like, if you so choose, that you can share this wisdom that you have gained along the way, in order to help other people do the same, to travel the same path that you have traveled and will successfully complete. So there's also that aspect, and it's kind of like it might be tied into the work that you will be doing here on Earth. As like your mission or a purpose. It does feel like there is an aspect to that, if you so choose to do that as well. Yeah, that's another aspect of it. So really drawn, there's some leaves here on this Beyond the Mind, the Heartbeats card. Really drawn to the leaves, and they're kind of that lovely burnt orange color that you would get in autumn or the fall. I was just tuning in, asking the spirit, what's the message? What has this got to do with autumn, and what happens in autumn? The leaves fall from the trees shed their leaves, and it's about letting go, was the message that I heard. So letting go of this could be a lot of things as on your journey of healing your ancestral line. You might find that there is a lot of things that you need to let go of as you travel along this path. And sometimes it can be hard to let go of things, especially if it's like an old behavior that you have engaged in up till now, because it's comfortable, because it has protected you in some way, or it has helped you to survive up to this point. And it can feel like a huge struggle to kind of let go of your safety raft, and to dive into uncertainty, into new energy, into a new pattern of behavior, kind of embrace a new pattern, because change is not easy, for sure. So to be gentle with yourself if you find yourself in this sort of space, to have compassion for yourself and to just really try to understand the behavior patterns, why you've had them, and because that sometimes helps to just the understanding. It brings in a lot of compassion and love for yourself. And then if you can understand why it is that you need to let them go and step into something new, it can really help you just mentally to overcome that obstacle, so you can go with the flow of letting it go rather than be in that resistance sort of energy where you're just kind of holding on for dear life and someone has to pry your fingers from this old pattern of behavior before you can let it go. Okay, thank you very much, Spirit. So there's a huge like galactic energy coming in with this. Really drawn to that galaxy on this first card as well. So I don't know if you are aware of your galactic origins, if you are a starseed, if you've connected in with your galactic family or anything like that. I am being drawn to post, or I do have a video about meeting your galactic family. It's a meditation that I take you through, so I'm going to drop that link to that video in the description box below if that's something of interest, if you are interested in uncovering your galactic origins or meeting your galactic family, because it does feel like there's a lot of galactic energy coming in to help and assist you with this mission, this task of healing your ancestral line. And yeah, depending on where you are, if you already know your galactic heritage, to also ask your those galactic energies for help and assistance on this path, during this journey, for whatever it is that you will need in order to complete this mammoth task. Okay. Also really drawn to the feathers as well in this lady's hair. And feathers for me are all about the angels. So receiving messages from spirit, the angels, like I said, the animal omens from the universe. So it's all about looking out for the signs, because spirit, the universe, the galactic energies, your healing team of light, your spirit guides are always trying to communicate with you, and they don't necessarily do it in a human way, but that can sometimes happen where they do communicate messages through humans, but very often than not it is through signs and symbols or numbers or things like that. So angel numbers, where the number is repeated and it kind of just follows you around the place, could be a message from the angels. Again, the animal omens, or you have your feathers, or you have like butterflies or different things like that. It just depends. The messages can be wild and varied, and depending on the energy who's trying to get in touch, it can come in the most unexpected ways. So I guess this is just a gentle reminder to have your eyes open, your eyes peeled, to receive and look out for those signs and messages that these energies on your team are trying to send to you. And don't worry if you miss them. It's not like you can miss them, so it might take a couple of times for the message, I guess, to sink in, let's say. But spirit will not give up until you have received that message. So it's like they'll send that message time and time and time again until, you know, the penny finally drops and you're like, oh, okay, this must be a message from spirit, and you get the message. So they're very persistent in that way. So don't worry, you won't miss the message. Spirit won't give up until you have gotten it. Okay. So there's another message here about sacred geometry, about I don't know, opening up to something in relation to sacred geometry. So I don't know if it's something that you're interested in, or that you have a gift in, or so you could be aware that you have a gift, or it's got, excuse me, like a latent gift. That's something that's going to be awoken within you. And I feel like it's not like it's a new gift. Well, it might be new to this life, but it is something that you have honed in a past life. So it's kind of like a remembering of sacred geometry. Also hearing the tree of life, those sorts of things, and working with that. I don't know if this is going to help you to heal your ancestral lineage, or if it's something different, like you'll be working with clients or something, or if there's some other wider work that spirit wants you to do with these gifts in relation to sacred geometry. I'm not quite sure. That's not clear to me. It might be different for everyone as well. Could be one or all of those options there, but it just feels like there's something to do with sacred geometry and having a gift, and awakening and embracing this gift going forward, and that it's already within you. So it's not like you're learning it new, but it can kind of feel like that. It's more sort of like remembering from a past life type thing. Okay, so that is all the messages for pile number 2. Hope you enjoyed that message and that they resonated. Do let me know by leaving me a comment below. And thank you very much for pile number 2. So, pile number 3. So I have these citrine sort of beads, and I was tuning in with spirit earlier on, asking, like looking up, the spiritual meaning and the spiritual properties of citrine, and asking spirit, which ones do I need to highlight for this video. So I have just written down a few that I'm going to read out to you now. And citrine, it promotes optimism and confidence. It also boosts self-esteem and is really good for overcoming fear and depression. So do take what resonates, and even look up this crystal for yourself, and take the messages that resonate for you. So I'm just going to leave it there. And like I said, for the other 2 piles in relation to the crystals, so you don't necessarily have to get a crystal, like a physical crystal for yourself to carry around or connect into and whatnot. You can also use a quantum energy healing technique, in that you can connect into the energy of the crystal within the earth with your grounding cord. So I sometimes do this when I am doing channeling healings and stuff. You might have seen it on some of my videos where I'll just plug in a grounding cord into a particular crystal. It's a really good practice to get into, to ask the crystal for permission, and then plug your grounding cord in, and then just ask the crystal to support you for however long you need. It's a really good technique if you can't get that particular crystal, because some crystals are quite rare, or you don't have the funds at the minute, whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean they have to go without the crystal. You can always get support from the crystal realm just by connecting into that crystal in the earth energetically, regardless of if you have the funds or whatever the case may be. So just wanted to mention that if you feel drawn to doing that, it's a really nice thing to do. So let's have a look at what the animal message or messenger or omen is. It's dolphin. How lovely. So I usually receive messages from animals or animal omens as a way of connecting with the universe. and basically having a conversation with the universe, or it's how the universe sends me messages. And what I'd like to do is tune in and ask my heart what the message is. Or you can often just look up the spiritual meaning of the animal and take what resonates. So like pile number 1 and 2, I didn't tune in to see if there was a specific message, because I feel like it's going to be different for everyone. So just using whatever technique you feel drawn to, whether it's connecting into your heart, just looking up the spiritual meaning, to do that and to take what resonates, because I feel like the message is going to be unique to all those in pile number 3. And also, you might have a special meaning for this animal, dolphin, that could be completely special for you. So it could be the case that there is someone who has passed over, who is now in the spirit realm, who's sending you this animal as a way to remind you that they're there. So I don't know, maybe you had a favorite uncle or something and you went on a holiday with them, and I don't know, you stumbled across dolphins in the bay or something, and it was a really magical experience, and then they passed away, and every time you see a dolphin it just reminds you of them. So this might be their way of saying, oh, I'm here, I'm around you, just to let you know I'm okay, type thing. So yeah, just putting that out there, but it's going to be unique to everyone, that it might have a particular special meaning for you. That dolphin is the animal that's associated with you and pile number 3. Okay, and the win card is Restore and Replenish, card number 38, which is an 11. So tuning into this card to see what the message is, and there is a tiny key up at the kind of top of this card on the right hand side. You probably won't be able to see it unless you have just amazing vision, but I am feeling like the message is that rest and relaxation is the key for you right now. So I don't know what it is that you're going through. If you're going through a really turbulent time, if you're trying to heal something, if, I don't know, if it's a physical illness or trauma, or you're going through a divorce or a relationship breakup, or there's just something really difficult that you're going through right now. But it just feels like that taking some time out to rest and relax is a key for you right now. So when you do that, when you just lie down and do nothing, like you can listen to music. Ooh, this is moving. You can listen to music, but it's kind of best if you don't do anything. If you just want to stare at the wall for an hour or two, you'll be amazed at how productive that is. Because sometimes, very often, it's all about the hustle sort of thing, and we're just constantly doing things, we're constantly going places, we're constantly just on the go, and it's just, you got to get things done, yada yada yada, and you don't have time to slow down and rest and tune into yourself. And this is what this card is saying, that it would be a good idea to do that, depending on whatever the circumstances is. It also could be like you have some decisions to make and you're not quite sure what the best thing is for you to do. And the advice of this card is to just lie down, stare at the wall for an hour, don't do anything. And when you do that, the information, the insights will come to you. It's like once you lie down and don't do anything, emotions will rise up from within you. So this can be hard for some people because they've you might try and avoid these sorts of feelings by constantly being on the go. So it can feel absolutely terrifying to lie down and not do anything and allow these emotions to rise up, and that's okay. It's just to acknowledge what it is that you are feeling, and if there's any resistance that you have, to actually just sitting down and sitting with yourself. And when you do that, to tune into your body, to tune into your heart, and to see what comes up to the surface for you. If it's particular thoughts, I don't know if you're like constantly replaying an argument that you've had, like it just won't leave you. There's something there for you. That's why the argument just keeps replaying in your head, that there's something there that spirit, or indeed your own higher self, or your body, is trying to bring your awareness to, your attention to. There's a message there for you, and it's up to you to tune in, to ask that question, why do I keep seeing this argument replaying in my mind? It's driving me mad, it's haunting me. Or there's an emotion there that you haven't dealt with, and it's about tuning in to see what that emotion is, and acknowledging that emotion for yourself, and asking, why do I feel this way? Because that emotion has a message for you, and it is trying to convey that important information to you, and it's not going to go until you've received that information. So it does feel like that's there, that there's an aspect to that. There's also, it could be a case of spirit has been trying to get messages to you, your healing team of light, the angels, whoever it is that you like to connect in, God, the universe. And it is only when you are lying down, not doing anything, just resting, that information will just kind of pop into your mind, and you'll have that eureka moment, and you'll kind of be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I know that that's a message. Thank you very much, type thing. So it also feels like, because there's lots of shells around this person, that you're being really protected right now, no matter what it is that you are going through. There's a lot of protection there for you, from the spirit realm in particular. I'm also feeling like if you have lost someone, and someone has passed over to the light, and they're now in spirit, that they're also there. There's a very strong presence there, and they're strongly around you, protecting you as well. That's coming in super strong as well. But yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of protection in that respect. And also, if you're feeling afraid to go into the depths of yourself and connect in with yourself, it's like there's protection from spirit to say, it's okay. It's okay for you to do that. You do have the courage. You can do it, even though it feels terrifying. It feels really difficult, that you are protected in order to be able to venture within those kind of shadowy parts of yourself. That's another message. And I'm also really drawn, there's a pile of buttons at the very top of this card. And buttons for me are about closure. So it does kind of feel like that the rest and relaxation, that coming to stop, pretty much, that having that pause is going to bring something to a close for you. So like I said, because when you pause, you'll be able to acknowledge those emotions or those messages, or get that clarity, that those insights, whatever the case may be, that it's that information or that's going to bring you closure. It's also that healing work of acknowledging your emotions and clearing that energy out that might bring something to a closure as well. It just very much feels like that the rest and relaxation is just the key to this and whatever it is that you're going through right now. But yeah, it does feel like something is coming to a close for you. Also drawn to, because this card is number 38, and that adds up to 11. And 11 in numerology is a master number. There are many different associations for the number of 11, but the one that I am drawn to is that it is the card, it is the number of challenge. So it does feel like that you are going through a challenging circumstance, that this period of your life just feels very challenging right now, whatever is going on, whatever the circumstance might be. That it is quite a challenge for you. But yeah, like I said, it's about resting, relaxing, to get that information, to heal yourself. That is key to kind of bring this challenging period to close. Okay. Just checking in if there's anything else, but I feel like that's the final message for you. Do let me know if this resonates by leaving me a comment below. And thank you very much, pile number 3. And last but not least, we have pile number 4 with the onyx crystal. So I used to have one of these, but I actually gifted it before I came to India, so I don't have one with me. And onyx is a black stone, and just off the top of my head, it's really good for grounding, it's really good for protection. So you can always look up this crystal yourself and take what resonates as well. But it feels like this crystal is would be really helpful for you, pile number 4. And like I'd said, for the other piles, you mightn't have this crystal available or on hand with you right now, and that's okay if you don't. Or you mightn't have the money to buy it, or I don't know, wherever it is doesn't have it in stock, whatever the case may be. But that's fine. You don't have to go without the support of the crystal. You can always use a quantum energy healing technique that I use a lot of the time. You might have seen me use it in my healing videos, is where you connect in to this crystal in the earth with your grounding cord. So you ask the crystal for permission, you connect in, and you ask the crystal to support you for however long it is that you need. Yeah, so it's just a really nice technique to know about for whatever the circumstance might be where you can't get your hands on this crystal. That there's always another way to go about it and connect in and have support from the crystal realm. So I forgot to move these, the dolphin and the citrine crystal out for pile number 4. So I'm kind of feeling like these also apply to this pile, dolphin and the citrine crystal. So do check out pile number 3 for the messages associated with them if you are interested. And I'm just going to place onyx over here. Ooh, fantastic. It's stood up. And your animal, messenger or omen is bat. And this feels like it's the only one. Oh, with all the other piles I have been saying about looking up the spiritual meaning of the animal and taking what resonates, because the message is going to be unique, or indeed tuning into yourself and asking what the message is. But for this one, it feels like it's a universal message. So bats for me are all about rebirth. And this is what the message that's coming in for you, pile number 4. About rebirth. And your card. So relax the hold of darkness and be at cause, card number 26, which when you add it up, it's an 8. So this is a beautiful card. So this card for me is always about portals. So when you, I guess, learn a lesson, whenever you have completed a cycle, maybe you are upgrading, or you've just completed some aspect of your journey that you needed to complete, and you're going to the next level, Spirit's taking you to a next level. And in order to do that, you usually pass through a portal. And this would link in with the rebirth, because it feels like something has come to a close. You have completed something, and now either an aspect of yourself, or indeed you, or something in your physical reality is going to be reborn. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's your financial situation, maybe it is indeed like your wife is going to give birth type thing. It could be a whole host of things. But it could also be an ending to a period of transformation or healing that you have completed, or one aspect of your mission that you've completed. And as a result, you're going through this massive rebirth and upgrade and up-leveling with Spirit in order to start a new part of your journey. And usually when that happens, you go through a portal to kind of mark the end of that period of your journey, the end of that part of your path, and the start of this new rebirth, the start of this new beginning. So it does feel like I'm going to take you through this portal right now. So if you'd like to visualize a door in front of you, to feel free to do so, and just kind of take note of how this door looks like for you. So some of you, there might be like an arch, a stone archway. Excuse me. For others of you, it might look like a stargate. For me, it usually looks like a wooden door, like a really old ancient door. And to have a look at the handle, if it's like a knob or an actual push down handle, or if it's a slidey door, or it's not going to have a handle if it's a stargate. It just kind of depends. To just take note of what this portal is looking like for you, what this door is looking like for you. And then to place your hand, if there is indeed a doorknob or door handle, and to check in with yourself and see if it is that, if you're ready. If there's any sort of hesitation, if there's a fear that might come up, or uncertainty, or if there's something that's holding you back from going through this portal right now, into your rebirth, or this new part of your path. Just tuning in and seeing if something arises, and acknowledging that, whatever it might be. For some of you, there might be something that you need to let go of before you can venture on. By just taking a minute or two to tune in. And if you're not sure, to just ask that question, if there anything that I need to let go of before I do this, or just asking yourself, how am I feeling? Am I ready? These sorts of questions, and tuning in and waiting for the answer. And once you've done that, acknowledging what you've needed to not acknowledge, or letting go of what you needed to let go. Or maybe some of you might just be ready. So there is nothing that needed to be done, and you're just ready to pass through this portal. To just visualize yourself walking into the stargate, or opening up that door, or however the portal has appeared to you. I'm also seeing like trees as well, so you're just walking through 2 trees. Whatever kind of comes to mind, walking through that, and closing the door behind you. whatever the case may be, as you find yourself in this new reality, this new energetic space, this rebirth energy. And taking notes, there might be some clues on the other side of this portal for you in connection to this rebirth as to what it's going to be about, what it's going to be in relation to. So just take a quick scan of your surroundings with your psychic senses, because something might jump out at you, or your healing team of light, your spirit guides might give you a message, or indeed you could even just ask if you are unsure of what the rebirth is in relation to, what the upgrade is in relation to, what this new energy is about. So I'm also hearing it's a huge time of celebration. This is a major milestone for you. It's a massive breakthrough. I feel like what I can kind of see your healing team of light, those in spirit, are just like jumping up and down in celebration, in joy. There's a lot of cheering and hollering, party really on your behalf. There's it's kind of a feeling of they're just so proud of you and what you have achieved and overcome thus far, and that you are so, like, you've worked super hard to get yourself where you are right now, and you're so deserving of all the good things that come your way. With this rebirth, that it's just hugely momentous. It's in a momentous occasion, I'm hearing. And just taking a minute or two to connect in with yourself, your heart, or wherever feels comfortable, because it feels like your spirit team has messages for you that they're going to deliver to you now. So if you don't receive a message now, do be on the lookout for one later. Spirit will send you some sort of message. I'm also feeling like there are ancestors and also maybe people who are no longer living on this earthly plane, who have passed over, that are also wanting to communicate to you or with you. So to be on the lookout for messages from them as well. It feels like a lot of people are lining up to give you messages, to sing you praises, this sort of thing. So yeah, to just be open to receiving those messages and keep the eyes peeled for those omens and signs, or however way, in whatever way that you usually receive messages. And I'm really drawn to this kind of like new, like a seedling, a sapling coming out of this tree trunk. And it's about new growth. So you're coming into this new period of new growth. You might be growing in different ways. Maybe you had been in a period of survival, and now it's about thriving, in which case maybe it's yourself that's going to be growing, maybe it's your business that's going to be growing, maybe it's your finances that's going to be growing, but whatever it is, it's going to be growing and blossoming, I'm hearing as well. And it just seems like it's going to be totally different to what you have experienced thus far. This new period of your life, this rebirth. And I'm really drawn to the green energy as well, usually indicative of healing, But for this, I'm feeling it's about the heart. It's about the heart center. And it does feel like that you are very heart centered. It's also feeling like it's a reminder to go into your heart, to check in with your heart, to follow your heart, to speak from your heart, to be present in your heart. All the heart things is what it's feeling like. Something to do with colors as well, getting messages through colors. Also coming in to be on the lookout for that you, someone on your healing team of light or your spirit guides or whoever it is, might be sending you messages with colors, or indeed it could be like a color therapy sort of thing. Maybe this is part of your rebirth, where you're embracing different gifts. Maybe you're a color therapist or bringing colors into your already established healing practice. Whatever the case may be, it just definitely feels like there's something to do with colors, whether it's working with them, receiving messages through colors, whatever the case may be, but definitely colors. Okay, so that is your message, pile 4. Really beautiful one. I hope it resonated. Do let me know by leaving me a comment below. And thank you also very much for checking out this video, for picking a pile. I hope you got the messages that you needed to receive from Spirit and you found it beneficial. Would love to hear from you if it feels right. And other than that, thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.